get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Minnesota Vikings. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback. It comes out to the 25-yard line. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Time to the tailback. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Herbert. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. On fourth down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. It's taken to the 26. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go, G, get out.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great... Body control, and it can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 at the 19. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
2nd and 6. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
It's complete to Diggs. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll run it with Coleman. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now this time he'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again.
They're in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And this offense is going to be set up with a 1st and 10 inside the 15. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. Come on.
Completes it to Coleman. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together.
They'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's fourth. Gonzalez's kick is good, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. To throw on second down, Herbert. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position, 1st and 10.
Let's go next. Get the flag. It's 59. Like the 59.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught at the 10. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 34. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tevin Coleman. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Go, go, go.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. And they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
They'll run for it with Cook. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. It's Coleman here, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. Now Brown, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
He's going to loft one deep, and this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Go!
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with touchdown number 12 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make it 24-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
It's our time. It's our time. Hey, right 53.
2nd and 5. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at about the 14. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, McFadden loses the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Well, this one complete to Smith. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Flushed out right. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Come on, Lyle. We better than that.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On second down, Cook. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing third down. Now back to throw. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kyle Rudolph, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive, and they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Everson Griffith in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
To throw on third down, Herbert, and he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Hey, Charlie. Look at me. Zipper. Watch the slant. Mike 12. Mike 12.
They're going to try and throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just...
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. In for the score as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So Mike's number one. All right.
Back to throw. Herbert. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now McFadden. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
At the 38-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check 13. Check 13. Check 50. Check 50.
Go. Switch.
Get it.
McFadden again. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh.
It's a gain of a yard.
Check 99.
On 3rd down, McFadden. And he loses the football a second time. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around. We just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A big play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Got it.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Daniil Hunter racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now a run with McFadden. A pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Got a man, it's Brown. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Hey, Haywood!
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
Watch the run, watch the run.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Leonard Floyd. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
30 base.
Pick your game up.
Hit it.
They'll try to fire up the running game with McFadden. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. 2nd and 15. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
16.
Yes, yes.
I got it. Hey, check mark 16, check mark 16.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert over the middle here to Brown. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Now.
Go. Mike 16.
Now.
Looking to throw. Herbert. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Number 16. Go.
Back to throw. Herbert. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Watch QB drop. Get it.
From the gun, Herbert. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Team 6.
Change the mic.
Go.
Who that? Hey, we got Mike 10 right here, guys. Mike 10.
We don't want this.
Mike 10. Mike 10.
Hey, Delta.
You got nothing in there.
Big River.
They'll try and throw for it here. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Operating from the gun, Herbert. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Looking to throw. Herbert. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Herbert nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
Yeah. See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Montez Sweat, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep playing it.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Tucker now for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Second down and inches. He'll take a shot for the end zone, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Here we go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 19 on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Hey, orbit.
Runs the mic. Watch one. Let's go.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Herbert. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Rock it. Hey, wahoo! Get it.
Throwing on 1st down. Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. They control the clock, they control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
On 4th down, Herbert, he's going deep for Brown. And this is going to be incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. 2nd and 10. He's got Smith here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a 1st. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. 2nd and 6. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead.
14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because...
You're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. On third down, McFadden. And a nice spin into some open field. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
That's track. Watch the safety creep.
On first down, Herbert. And there's that man again. It's complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Give him 28 yards on that one. So the face mask, quite a blessing there, as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Look at me, zipper. Hey, Zoo.
Mike T right here, guys. Mike T. Hey, let's
Get it.
On 1st and 10, Herbert nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Well, a little drama.
At the end of the game, they knew what they